Merry meet, my witches. How are you? Let me just jump on over to the group and get all my technical stuff done before we get started. So take some time out to hang out, go get a drink while I get all the techie stuff done. Make sure I'm looking good in the Facebook group. If you are here, give me some thumbs up, say hello, tell me how your day was. I think we're going good. Let me just jump. I think we're doing good. Yay, yay. Yeah, yeah. Does anybody know that song? That's back in the day. I used to love that song. Ice Cube, right? All right. It is Witchy Wisdom. Hey, yay, yay. So, let me look at the comments. I have to be in my group to look at the comments, because the other one is not working. So let me look at the comments. Give me 1 second, folks. Bear with me with technology. Okay. Hey, Ellen, how are you? I think we're good. I think we're finally good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm using a new platform, so I'm trying to still get used to it. And Liz is here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Witchy Wednesdays. My shirt's a little big, so I'm not trying to be sexy. I'm not trying to entice y'all. I'm too old for that. I'm like 47. No, I don't do that shit. I'm just trying to keep my shirt from falling down. Which is not a bad problem. Not a bad problem. So, welcome everyone to Witchy School of Wisdom. We've got lots of new people here. And I just want to introduce myself to you. My name is Madam Z, and I'm a magical life coach, and I teach newbie witches how to come out of the broom closet and empower them to live a magical life. And I am also a master tarot counselor, so I also read tarot cards. So I love everything witchy, woo, tarot, esoteric, macabre, dark, light. I'm kind of dark. I'm on the dark side. I like the kind of weird stuff. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. The darker, kind of the better. So that's me. How is everyone doing? Hey, Caitlin. Witches in the house. Woo woo. I know, right? Alina's here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Witchy School of Wisdom Facebook group. And thank you guys for being here. And taking time out of your busy day, because I know it's at the end of the day and it is Wednesday and you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I can't stand it. I just want to go to bed, right? I understand that. So thank you all for being here. So today, and I hope you all caught the live from Flora today, from Flora. She's a wonderful, wonderful mentor of mine, an awesome goddess energy dream school facilitator, and I just adore Flora. So if you haven't had a chance to see her live, catch the replay, so you can get in on her gifts that she's given away. Cool chick. You will love her. So let's see what we got going on. Caitlin's here. Hello, everyone. So I'm hoping you guys can hear me okay. I think you can. Look at this crap. Man, I'm just all over the place. There. So let's get started on Witchy Wisdom. It is now Wednesday, Witchy Wisdom, and I try to come in at least once a week live, depending on my schedule. Either it's Wednesday or Thursdays. And I do some kind of witchy kind of class, chat, discussion, pull cards, whatever it is that I feel that you guys need from me. I will pop in at least once a week and do some live interaction with you guys, because I am here for you. So today I wanted to talk about the top 5 things that I wish I knew before I started spell casting, or before I started doing all of my magical or energy manipulations. Let me catch up on comments. I need a StreamYard today. Girl, Floor, StreamYard is like my new thing. Oh my gosh. I'm still getting used to it, but I love it. I love it. I really, really do like it. So I gotta go back and forth though, because I'm like, where's everybody at? So let's talk about what I wish I knew before I started spellcasting. And we'll talk about the 5 things, because I want you to really understand what I went through as a newbie witch. And I want you to really just not learn from my experiences, because I want everybody to have their own experiences, but I want to give you a heads up of what I was struggling with and the things that I wish I knew before I started spellcasting. So I'm trying to save you some grief and time and condense everything down, which is really what this school, my classes and my Witchy School of Wisdom, Madam Z School of Witchery is about, is because I'm trying to condense all my years of learning into one place for you guys, so you don't have to scramble all over the internet trying to find all this stuff. So the first thing, so tell me in the comments if you guys have done any spell casting or what you struggle with the most, okay, before we get started on it while I talk about stuff. I'm just waiting on comments for a little bit. And my yard guy might come in, because, you know, timing, as Flora knows, what the hell's going on with the energy today? Is everybody wonky today? Feels like it's wonky. But I'm like, the yard guy's going to come in and probably cut the grass while I'm live streaming of all days and all times. Isn't that great? So let's see. Let me catch up on comments. I don't see any comments, so let's get started. Okay. The number one thing that came to mind for me when I knew stuff I wish I knew before I started spell casting, when I was a newbie witch, when I was, you know, still wet behind the ears, and I was trying to figure out all this stuff by myself. Number one thing, not in no particular order, was brainstorming, was don't sweat the small stuff. Everybody gets all up in their head, all up in a tizzy about, do I have this? Do I have that? You know, and then you get stressed out. Spell casting is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be badass. It's supposed to be like, I am doing this now. I am powerful. I am here. I'm manifesting my destiny. Let's do this shit right now. It's not supposed to be stressful. It's not supposed to trigger anxiety. It's not supposed to trigger self-doubt. It's not supposed to trigger any negative type of emotions from you. But when you're a newbie or a witchling, I should call you everybody witchlings, right? Witchlings are baby witches, if y'all don't know what a witchling is. It's supposed to be fun and powerful. It's kind of like Yule and Christmas. Well, Yule's not so bad anymore for me as Christmas used to be. You're like, oh my God, it's the holidays. I'm so stressed. I have to do this. I've got to do this. I've got to make this. I've got to run here. I got to pick up this, blah, 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 blah. Well, it takes all of the fun out of what you're doing, what it's supposed to mean, what you're supposed to be learning from doing energy work is spellcasting and changing the desires of what you want your life to be. So don't sweat the small stuff. Get into the spell. Just take a couple deep breaths, relax, and who cares if you fuck up? To be honest with you, who cares if you forget to call the quarters? Who cares if you call the quarters in the wrong way? Who cares if you have the colors, you know, wrong? It's okay when you're a newbie. Don't get so stressed out, because what's going to happen is you're going to get tons of anxiety around the perfection of what people have told you or what you have read. So you want to embrace the imperfection of your spell and the imperfection of being a newbie witchling witch. You're going to screw up. You're going to forget things. You're going to have do things wrong, but it's the process. You have to trust the process of learning, of making mistakes, of things not going right, of the lawnmower guy coming in when you're doing a live, or your dog's coming in, or your kids are knocking on the door, or, you know, life freaking happens when we're trying to manifest things. So my number one thing is don't sweat the small stuff. Let it go. It's part of the experience. And this is part of you learning how to trust the process of spellcasting, of creating your perfect world. Let me catch up on comment, sorry. Elena, yes, today was wild and in all directions. I know, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on. And Liz, I've done a few rituals and spells, and today's been fantastic. Yay! So number 2 of the top things I wish is to prepare beforehand. Now, because I'm a Taurus, I like to prepare. I'm a big preparer. I learned how to do magic on the fly. If I need to, I can do it, but I feel more comfortable when I'm more prepared. So this is just for newbie witches. Now that I'm in, you know, OGW, which is old gangster witch, I don't need to do all this because I've done it so many times in my life, in my brain. I don't have to prepare so much to it. But I'm speaking to my newbies. And this is what the top 5 things I wish I knew as I start off as a newbie. So I wish I had a checklist for my supplies. I wish I had a piece of paper that told me what supplies I needed before I go into sacred space, because there's nothing worse as a new witch when you've created all this sacred space and you've created, you know, your circle and cast your circle and call in the quarters. You're like, shit, I forgot my lighter. So now you're like, how do I get out of my circle? Can I break the circle? How do I get out? How do I get back in? Do I just create a door? Do I just I don't know what to do. So you're like, I don't know what to do. And then you throw your hands up in frustration. You're like, I don't know what to do. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. So I wish I had a physical checklist of what I need to bring into my spell casting. My incense, my matches, my colors of candles, my any flowers I needed, like roses for love, or, you know, anything that has to do with what specific spell I'm working on. Stones, pen and paper is huge, because can't tell you how many times I forgot a pen and paper. I can't tell you how many times I forgot the friggin' lighter. I was like, you know, I'm a badass witch, but I can't make a flame shoot out of my finger to light this candle. It's not like the movies. Witching is not like the movies. So I wish I had a physical checklist that I could actually prepare for a week or so in advance of gathering supplies. And then I would put them off in a corner or in a cabinet and say this cabinet or this corner is dedicated to, you know, my money or my road opening spell or whatever it is. So that way when I have it, I can check it off. And so that way I'm like, did I get that? I can't remember if I got that. Did I get the St. John's wort? Do I have my oil? What kind of oil do I get? Oh, I need to get this. I have to run down to Botanica shop because I forgot this, blah, blah, blah. So that way it takes the anxiety out of actually starting your spell casting spell. When you actually do the ritual, you're just cutting out anxiety is really what you're doing. Let me check on comments, my friends. Hi, Nikki. Thank you for joining us. And I wish I knew the days of the moon energies. As a witch, you commune and are one with the moon energies. You pretty much do your whole life with the moon energies. I do. I, do ritual during whichever moon phase it is. I do launches on whichever moon phases it is. I cut my hair on which moon phase it is. I prepare my whole entire life around which moon phase it is. I wish I had a piece of paper or a document showing what moon phase, if it's in the waxing moon phase, what spells were good for this, or what days were good for this. Or if it was a full moon, what rituals do I do on the full moon? Because that helps me plan out the whole month of when I'm going to do my ritual. For example, if I want to do my, a money manifestation ritual, then I'm going to have to look at the whole calendar, and I'm going to be like, okay, the full moon is not till the 31st, and today is the 3rd, so I've got a whole month basically to plan and get all my supplies. Okay. Whereas if it was, maybe the full moon was on the 31st, and then I was like, I want to do a money magic, but I only have one day. I look at it, I'm like, well, shit, tomorrow's the full moon, kind of thing. So I wish I had a whole calendar and told me which days or which moon phases to do what type of spell working. Because what that does is it gives you really connection with the moon energies and makes you more in tune with the energies and with Mother Nature and with the universe. Okay. And then also have them all organized in sacred space. Because remember I told you I would gather all of the supplies together and then put them like in a corner. And then when I got time, or I put them in a basket. Baskets are really good for me. I put everything in a basket. And that way, as I come across them in my witchy kind of day-to-day, or I have to go to a store or a Botanica to pull them out or to buy them, I have a basket. I check it off my list, and I usually take that checklist to my basket, and then I put it in the basket. So that way, when it comes time for me to actually go into sacred space, I have my basket, and I just take it into sacred space with me, and I have everything I need. So there's no second guessing it. There's no scrambling. There's like no oh shit moments. The anxiety is totally taken away from it. Okay, let me catch up on comments. No comments yet. Does anybody have any questions? No? All right. All right. My dog's making all kinds of noises. She's like, in the morning she gets up and she stretches. I'm like, oh, it's yoga dog time. Number 3. This is a big one for me because, as you know, or if you don't know, if you're new to me, I started off as a practice before we even had the internet. So I didn't have a mentor to ask for. So I wish that I had a magical or a witchy mentor during my witchling stage of witchcraft. It doesn't have to be someone who gives me tasks to do, or gives me journals to do, or gives me prompts, or did you do this today? Here's your homework. Not that kind of thing, mentor, although it's a time and place for that. But when it came to spell casting, I needed a mentor to bounce ideas off. I needed a mentor to encourage me. If I'm like, hey, I'm having anxiety about this. I don't know if I can do this. This is my first ritual. I'm doing it by myself. I'm terrified. I don't know if I could do this. I'm not very good at this. Someone who can really be on my side and encourage me with, support and holding me in sacred space and be checking on me. All right, Susie, how are you feeling today? Today's the big day. Today's your first ritual. How are you feeling? Do you have all your supplies? How can I support you today? That kind of thing. And someone to ask questions, because when you start doing your spell casting for the first time, you're going to have a shitload of questions, and you can't sit there and say, Google, or what is it, Siri, or Alexa, tell me what this is. Tell me what this is. It's not the same. Love my Alexa, but it's not the same. So when you have a mentor, you just shoot off a message, an instant message, hey, or a phone call, or a chat, or a voice message, or, Voxer. I use Voxer for all my one-on-one clients because it's walkie-talkie. I'm right there with you. And the good thing about Voxer, and this is another one I wish I had, is you can take the Voxer into sacred space with you. And when you have a question, you can say, your mentors, I just say, I'm mentoring you. You're like, okay, Susie, I'm going into sacred space. I'm doing my first ritual. I'm like, all right, I'm right there with you. Bring me in there with you. So you bring your cell phone in there and you're like, all right, Susie, here I go. I'm going to do it. And then you're like, oh shit, what do I do first? And then you're like, hit me on Boxer. Susie, what do I do first? I'm just totally overwhelmed. And I'm like, all right, take a couple deep breaths. Let's do some meditation together. Let's ground together. Let me walk you through this. You've got this. I'm going to let you do it, but I'm here to support you. So that is what I wish that I had. Someone that stood behind me and guided me, not necessarily like pushed me, because wishing is kind of your own self-pace, but someone to guide me, to help me when I had questions, to be there for me when I got stuck, or to be there for me when I need encouragement. Because sometimes a lot of newbie witches just need that, you're great, you're powerful, you got this. You've been practicing this for how many times? You know, you've been doing rituals, you know, practicing rituals together for how long? Don't let the ego anxiety creep up on you. You got this. Just center, calm your mind, meditate, listen to some music. We can do this together. So I wish I had someone at the time, instead of me just doing it by myself and like, what the fuck did I just do? I have no idea. I just summoned a demon who's probably going to come hang out with me and have coffee in the morning. You know, he likes it extra dark. I don't know, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So I wish I had a mentor that could have helped me along my way. And I could take into sacred space with me while I was doing my first, oh, you're fine, Amanda. Hello, Caitlin. My first spell cast. So it's important to have someone, even if it's a friend, to support you in this. Number 4, I wish I knew my old self versus my new self. I wish I knew what I could be when I was trying to become what I am today, if that makes sense. I wish I knew my own power back then and how powerful I am now, and the path that it took me to be where I'm at now. Because if I knew how powerful I was and how powerful I'm working on becoming as a witchling, I would have stopped the self-doubt of being, I'm going to cast a spell and ain't nothing going to happen because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm out here just casting shit because the internet told me I should do this, you know, because Wikipedia or Wikipedia said I should do this. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. If I knew how my spells came out and how powerful I am going to be the future me, it would take away so much self-doubt. And knowing that I could change my situation for sure. Because a lot of times when we start as newbies or witchlings, we kind of have a lot of life's kind of beating us down. We're kind of at a point where we're just tired or exhausted. We're not at the most high level point in our life because we want to change things. Things haven't resonated with us. You're going along this mundane path for 20 years and all of a sudden you're like, I got to change something. I got to do something. So we come to this in like an aha moment. So we come to it as knowing that you can change your situation, but you have to work at it. You have to know what you're doing. And you don't have to be at mercy of your situation. You can definitely manifest your destiny. Is that a thing? Manifest your destiny? Ellen says I second guess all the time. It's a thing. Yep. It is. Especially with witchlings and newbie witches, you definitely second guess every step of the way. It has to do with building your self-confidence. I would say self-confidence in what I'm doing is my biggest obstacle. Amanda was like, yeah, I so wish I had someone like that back in the day. Elena was like, I definitely struggle with confidence, but more than that is really believing in what I'm doing, and believing is not the coincidence. Correct. Everybody, it seems like, is struggling or has struggled with second guessing yourself. and witchy self-confidence, especially with newbies. That's why I'm saying I wish I knew the future me, if that makes sense. I wish I knew how powerful I was or could be the future me. Because I started out exactly where you guys were. Self-doubt, feeling powerless, second guessing myself all the time. So it's a little bit hard. And here's a big one, number 5, releasing the outcome of the spell and the fear of the spell. I get this crap all the time, and I see this shit all the time, and it irritates me because that's not how the universe works. The fear that the spell is going to backfire on you. For example, if you do a money for manifesting, I don't know, $100, and then you did this whole spell, right? And then a week or two later, you get a call from your mom saying, you know, Aunt Betty died, but she left you $100. And you're like, shit, that's not what I wanted. That's not what happened. I'm never doing a spell again. I'm never doing spell casting again. Well, that is not how the universe works. Your spell can't backfire on you the universe does not care. The universe doesn't care about that. And a lot of people get stuck in their head about, well, if I ask for money, then my Aunt Betty's going to die. And what if I get crappy money? And money is money. The energy, the universe doesn't care where the money comes from or the energy exchange. And the release and the outcome of your spell. So, for example, and I've done this. I'm going to tell you, okay, so every program I launch, every client I work with, every reading that I do, every event I do a little spell to bring in ideal clients, to manifest money, to remove blocks from an ideal client so they can find me, an equal energy exchange. But along the way, my spells have just not worked out. And I'm like, all right, I have to trust the universe in knowing that there's a reason why this spell did not work, especially for love spells for my clients. They get all mad because it didn't work out the way it is. Well, you have to realize that you have to remove yourself from ego, and you have to trust that the universe has a bigger picture for you. Okay, maybe for instance, let's just say for a launch, maybe it was meant that I only have 3 people in the class, but those 3 people are your ideal clients. Or maybe it was just meant for you not to get the job because that would have been more stress on you. Your work-life balance would have sucked. Your relationship would have sucked. It would have been stressful. The commute was horrible. You hated your boss, or maybe there was some underlying where they're selling the business. So you have to trust the universe that if it doesn't work, there's a bigger picture for you. Okay? Well, as I spill everything. So the biggest thing is releasing the outcome and the fear around your spell. A lot of people are like, I'm not going to do the spell because, like I said, what if my Aunt Betty dies and I get money? It doesn't work like that. No, that's placing fear and keeping you stuck in the position where you are feeling powerless and helpless. Okay, and you have to remove yourself and release yourself from the outcome of the spell. And you're going to have to do some of these spells 2 or 3 times. I know for a long time I've had to do spells 2 or 3 times, and all of a sudden everything just comes together. And you're like, okay, now I understand. Now I understand why this didn't manifest the first time. Now I understand it didn't manifest the second time. Now I understand why it is manifesting times 3 the third time. It's because the energies are aligned. The energies are the same. I took my ego out of it. Okay, so it is very important that you release yourself from the outcome of your spell and from the fear of what happens if the spell works and Aunt Betty dies, kind of thing. So let me catch up on comments, y'all. So any questions? Poor Aunt Betty. And actually, I do have Aunt Betty. I love my Aunt Betty. She was my great Aunt Betty. My Aunt Betty has a very interesting story. I have never really had that fear. Yeah, a lot of people, you're lucky because I know a lot of my clients do, and it's a big thing. Have you killed my Aunt Betty? I know. But my Aunt Betty was pretty cool. She was back in the day when single women were called spinsters if they weren't married. She had the ideal life for me. She was at the altar like twice and got stood up twice at the altar, and she was like, no, no more. I'm being single for the rest of my life. And she was single for the rest of her life, but man, she had a great life. She traveled all over the world. She had a great job. She had great freedom, and she created her own life. So we always were like, all the women in my family were like, damn, I wish I had Aunt Betty's, as they have like children on their hips, or, you know, they're stirring, or, you know, over the kitchen stove preparing dinner, and Aunt Betty's like, yeah, I'm in Morocco today, kind of thing. We're like, damn you, Aunt Betty, why couldn't have I had that life? So Aunt Betty, we give you cheers to my Aunt Betty. So we love her. So does anybody have any other questions before we wrap up the Witchy Wednesdays? No, I'm catching up on comments. Witchy Wednesdays. No, we're good. We're good. All right, so I've got a couple things going on for you. We are doing a spell casting challenge. Sign up. And there's a link right there, and I'm going to get you the link again. So if you want to learn how to be a badass spellcaster, get on my list for the challenge. Now, it's a 5-day challenge. Because you know me, I love challenges. We just finished a tarot challenge, but I love freaking challenges. And this is my first spell casting challenge. So we're going to do 5 days in sacred space. The first day is going to be opening ritual with intros and all that good stuff. And then the second day, we're going to do a lot of journaling. I have questions about releasing. Day 3 is about manifesting. Day 4 is a day in your ideal life. And day 5, we're going to do an actual live burning ritual together and closing ritual together. Okay. And then the next Monday after that, I will actually going to announce the prize winners, because you know whenever I have a challenge, everybody gets prizes. So we're running that challenge February 18th through the 22nd. So get on this list to get the information for the challenge, and the challenge is going to happen in this group. Feel free to share it if you want to. Feel free to ask people to join in. Give them the link, and they will give them all the directions. And so we're going to start the challenge on February 18th through February 22nd. Okay, and who doesn't like a challenge? I love challenges. I love challenges. Any other questions? I think that's it. I think we're good. Is everybody feeling okay? Give me some hearts up if you guys are thinking of joining. If you guys are definitely in, give me some thumbs up. Some thumbs up. That's kind of hard to say. Give me some emojis. Give me something that I know that you were in this challenge. The gauntlet. Yay, yay, yay. I think that's it. I think we have everything. Yay, Lena's in. Yay. It's going to be fun. If you guys have never been in an opening ritual with me or any kind of ritual, it's pretty fun. We do some badass rituals in sacred space. So you're going to be in sacred space while you're journaling, while you're releasing, while you're manifesting. So we're going to hold all 4 quarters, grounding in solid, as you work on this 5-day challenge together. So we're going to be in a virtual witchy space together, all of us. Okay. Hey, Ellen's going to be in there. Yay. Awesome. All right, my witchy friends, I'm going to say goodbye. Adieu, adieu, adieu. And I'm going to end the broadcast. And if you have any questions about joining the challenge, shoot me a message. I'm always here. So I think that's it, right? All right, we'll see you in the group, Witchy School of Wisdom. Bye, sisters.